So I was just parking up at Halfords and I gave this lady every indication that I was going to be reverse parking. I put my indicators on. I mean, the speed limit's only 5 anyway, and I wasn't probably doing even 5, I was probably doing more like 10, which is still pretty slow. I indicated, I slowed down, and I turned out to the right, and then I started reversing back into the space. She's so close to me because she wouldn't stop. I kind of like just shoot my head at her, like I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? Like, give me a chance. And then she's like putting her hands up like this, like, you know, making me the bad guy. So just been to collect a pickle fork and some hammerite. Got to go home now, and I've got a few things I need to do to the car. So ignore my hair today because I haven't had a shower yet, but I'm not going to bother because I'm going to get filthy dirty doing the car today on the car. Yeah, today on the car we're going to be fitting 2 new track rod ends, or tie rod ends, depending where you're from. Some people call them tie rod ends. Got a new way of working today. Got this old trolley I used to have in the house, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to start using this when I'm working on the car. Keep everything nice and tight, putting everything on here and just weaving it around. It'd be cool if I could strap that down somehow, but it opens up, it's quite big. One more thing I do need out of the shed, and that is a small flathead screwdriver. That one will do. Oh, you motherfucker. Right, got you, prick. Okay, this is now the most important part. I've managed to use my new pickle fork to take the track rod end, tie rod end out of the hole that it sits in. The nut was quite stiff. That was hard to get out. Well, undo, should I say. The nut that holds it all in place was quite stiff. Managed a bit of WD-40 on there, a couple of little taps of the hammer, and to be honest, a lot of brute force. I've managed to undo that now. Now the next part is I'm going to be unscrewing this. We bring that back straight there. We tighten that nut up. That holds it in position there. And that's now undone, so it's actually sitting there tight. So what I'm going to do is bring it back up the top, and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do complete turns, so it's back facing this way. However many I count, I'm going to write it just on here to make a note. And then when we put this back on, the new one back on, we tighten that up. The tracking should still be pretty much in line. I'm going to take the car to get the tracking done after, because it's going to be out. It's going to be out anyway. But I'm going to try and get it as good as I can. So by counting this, in theory, as long as the new track rod ends are the same length, it should be okay. Just before I start counting there, I am going to take out a new one. I'm just going to measure the length of these, checking that they are the same, because if they're not, it could be a bit of a problem. Not a major problem, but it could start being a bit of a problem. Now you can't see fully, but comparing the new one to the old, trust me when I say They are about the same length. This is already greased up, I think. Should be greased up. I'll be honest, I might buy a grease gun later on and fill this up. It is greased up, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of grease in there, to be fair. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 21, 22. Okay, 22 complete turns. That's the old tie rod end off. I'm just going to show you that the inside of it, I mean, there's a lot of grease in there, but there was a lot of escaping grease as well. At some point in time, somebody has cable tied these back on. Definitely can't hurt to replace them. See, it's all splitting. It's all splitting in there, look, split. So the grease is going to escape. They are absolutely no good whatsoever. Complete turns backwards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22. There's a bit more of a turn in that one though after. The tracking is going to need doing. That is 100% definite. That being said, I'm going to get that done maybe tomorrow. There's a lot of excessive grease everywhere. I'm just going to clean everything up. So I've got an old rag here which I'm just going to use. Okay, that new end is sitting completely flush on there. I'm going to pop that nut just on for now. So here we have a new nut. The little grease nipple is a new pin and new nuts, but as you'll see, that nut is only thin. And if I compare it to the old one, it's a lot thinner. There's only a little bit of thread on that, so realistically it's not going to have as much coverage on the inner tie rod end, so I'm going to stick to using the old nut on that. First things first, I need to I'm going to spray everything first. Underbody seal with added wax oil. I'm going to give everything a good spray. Everything's looking very black again. Not done with that, I'm going to use some more later. Let's get this tie rod end back on. So all this, guys, this has all been painted now with the underbody seal. I'm going to do a little bit more edge where the jack's sitting. I'm going to get underneath, a little bit on top there. I'm just trying to cover all this metal work here because it did start to go like a rusty colour like this. It's nice and stiff now. Nothing's moving there, so we're all good. We're all good. Gonna have a couple of minutes break before I do the next one. I've managed to do it quite easily, not as bad of a job as I thought it was going to be. Nice and straightforward, a few nuts and bolts. Came out relatively easy. It could have been a lot worse. You'll find every time you're working on a car, you'll start off with the tools you think you need, and you're constantly, like myself, going in the shed, getting more and more and more out. It's a good job I brought that trolley out because the whole pavement down there is completely covered in tools. So yeah, got a lot of tidying up to do after. Okay, I'm just going to start the second side. Got the car jacked up, got the wheel off, and this is the problem side. This is going to be, well, this was the worst one of the two, but when I inspected I realised both needed replacing. I'm going to crack on with this one now. While it's up and off, I'm going to have a little inspect of everything else, but yeah, hopefully this one is a lot easier. Let's see if this side comes off easier as well. Don't think it's going to do, so to be honest, I'm going to take that extension bar away because I think it's going to be easy without that right now. Probably should take that pin out first, eh? Okay, I'm using the camera to find this pin. I was going to use the camera to locate the pin, but it's almost impossible to see on camera. All I'm doing is just straightening the pin out, because you have to bend it. If you remember earlier on, I bent it around the nut often. But as we straighten it out enough, I should be able to wiggle out. There we go. There's your pin. There we go. Nice and simple. It's a little Royal Mail car thing. It's like a big quad bike. It's cool, yeah? Okay, this one is just coming off by hand here. There we go. I'm saving these, what we call castle bolts. It's like a little castle. Now we've got to prise that off there using once again, my new tool. It says fork. Let's see how easy this one comes off. Come here. Come here, Lou. Oh, what am I doing, eh? What am I doing? Check I don't get any oil on you. Come here. Come give me a hug. That was loud. Come give me a kiss. Mwah. Good girl. Oh. What am I doing, eh? What am I doing? You want to help me? You want to help me? Oh. You want to help me? Am I sweaty? Okay. Give me a kiss. That's a good girl. Got to keep my eyes open for the dogs. I'd let her stay out, but no my luck, somebody will walk past the dog and she'll be gone. She'll run after them. Go on then. Look at that half set. Go on, Luna. Go in. Baby, go on. Go in. Luna, come here. Come here. Luna, go in. Oh no. Oh no. Come on then. Let's go in. Come on. Go. Go on then. You go in. Look at her face. Go on. That one wasn't easy, but he's off. 1, 2, 3, 22, 23, 24, and right, 24 just on there. The last one is now on. It was slightly less than 24 turns back, so I believe the tracking will be out here, but it's on, it's fitted, and we're all good. I've also given everything a little spray down with that Hammerite, just to protect it from any more rust. Here's all the old parts. As you can see, they were well ready for replacement. Both of them are completely shot. Both of them have got splits in them. Car's back on the driveway now. I'm leaving the wheel trims off for now because I'm going to take it in, get tracking, and yeah, again, giving it a right good spray underneath to protect it. I'm going to go take a bath because I'm absolutely filthy dirty, and then I'm going to take Luna for a walk. If those guys get in touch with me about the tracking, then I'm going to take it in to get done. Otherwise, yeah, another job done on the car, guys, another job done. So a few days ago, I was adjusting the seat in my car. I'm back in the Mercedes right now, and all of a sudden, the seat stopped working, the electric seat, and I was trying to adjust it because it felt like it was just sitting too high. I don't know if Sylvia had moved it or something, but I was trying to lower it down, put it back into my position, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working. I was a bit worried that maybe I'd burnt out the motor or something because I was using it quite a bit. Got home and I had a little look diagnosed the problem, and I've worked out what the problem is. Very straightforward, very simple. It's the fuse. The fuse is blown. So for the time being, I did swap over the fuses. The passenger seat currently isn't working, so I'm going to replace the fuse, and I'm going to show you that it is then fixed. If I just turn ignition on there, that's the ignition on, and I'll show you over here that there's absolutely nothing happening with them. Get around the back of the car where I have got some fuses out of the shed, and you see in here in the back of the Mercedes we have fuses. I think it came out of that hole there, but we do have some spare ones. 30 amp, which is this green one here, 30 amp. So I'm going to pop that in there. Find the gap. I'm not going to say the other word. Find the hole. And then if we go back inside, we turn the ignition on. And now we're working again. Lock that up and we're all done. That's a couple of jobs done today on the cars. 2 track rod ends at the front, or tie rod ends if you're American, and the quick job of replacing the fuse. Came home, I had a bath, and I've had a quick clean up, done some hoovering. That's Tiki, by the way. Tiki says hello. Say again. Hey, what? It's funny. Just want to show you this sunflower. Starting to poke out at the top there. You can just see it starting to come through. That was given to me by one of my patients at work as a gift. Very grateful for it. When I was past this plant, I reckon it was only about this big, you know. I reckon it was about there. She brought it into work for me. And yeah, look at it now. It's doubled and it's starting to say hello. It's starting to come out and say hello. What, Looney? What? What's wrong with you? Hmm? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Hmm? 2 things happened yesterday. We went out for the first time filming some paranormal videos in months. Since my operation, it was the first time going back out. And we rocked up at this place. It's somewhere I've done many videos, ᴅᴏ Castle. And there was another car there. Some people were just walking around. That's fine. We left them to it. We went and did our own thing. That was a milk bottle, by the way. As they were leaving, we realised another car came. Now, again, that's fine. It's open to the public. Anybody can go there. But these guys came in with a massive speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker, blasting music, and they were just like having some sort of mad party. There was 4 of them in the end, 2 girls, 2 guys, and it was very distracting. We left straight away, but we kind of waited around. To be honest, we actually waited because I only saw 2 guys and a girl, and I was worried because all the music stopped eventually, and it went really quiet, except for every now and then this girl.
She was like screaming, but not fully screaming, was
Yeah,
she?
it was like half screams and things like that. So I was kind of worried, thinking, what's actually going on here? I don't want to leave and then find out the next day that somebody's been attacked or, you know, worse. We kind of hung around. Eventually we went and got back in the car, and within 5 minutes they came out. There was 2 girls, 2 guys. They got in the car and they went. At that point though, it was quite late on, and the video was just non-existent. It just wasn't going to happen. So we came home. As we got home, I get out of the car and I can hear this really loud hissing sound.
Yeah, you literally like jumped out of the car, didn't you? You were like...
I opened my door and I could hear this sound, and straight away I thought, what is that? Ran round to the back of the car, and then there was a grid on the floor, so I thought, is it the grid? Is it water or gas? And then I went to the other side of the car at the back, and it was the tyre. Like, the tyre was going down. It wasn't fast, but it was going down. When Sylvia jumped in and drove it forward and backwards, I had my hand underneath and I felt it. I felt the air. Basically, it was on the inside of the tyre, massive cut, all shredded, and the tyre went flat. It's flat now, it's completely flat. So we're gonna have to replace that hopefully today. If not today, it's gonna be in a couple of days. The only explanation for why that happened was a can that I accidentally drove over. It was rolling around in the road. I was driving down, I seen this can, couldn't really avoid it, went over it, which I've done many times over the years and it's never caused a problem for me. But for some reason, I went over this can, it's split, it's shredded the tyre, and the tyre's gone flat. So another expense for us. But we're going to get that sorted, and we're about to take the car to get its tracking done after I did the track rod ends the other day. So yeah, stay with us. There's the air ambulance coming over, going to the hospital probably. Guys told me at the garage that the tracking was quite out, probably already out before I did the job on it, because you saw how I counted the turns, and the turns going back on were pretty much the same. But yeah, the car actually feels a lot better now, and I reckon that it always needed the tracking doing on it. Don't forget, this car sat in somebody's garage for the last few years and not really been driven in a lot. Things aren't too big of a deal, like the track rod ends. I mean, the car's done what, 70,993,000 miles, so things are going to start coming to the end of their lifespan and need to be replaced. Totally understandable. I don't mind doing these little jobs because, again, they need to be done. It's normal. Hopefully that tyre will be ready at some point today, and then we're going to take the wheel up to that garage. It's in Leek, it's not too far away. It's actually near to Rudyard Lake, you know, where I do the kayaking and where I do the ghost hunting at Cliff Park Hall. So not too far of a drive, maybe 35-minute, 40-minute drive. And then yeah, so far today cars are costing me a fair bit of money. Just let you know where these guys are. It's Motion Motorsport in Ormdale Street, Stoke-on-Trent. It's in Fenton. Yeah, great, highly recommend them. Sylvia's just nipped into the shop and I was going to go in with her, and then I spotted Greg with his son, so I just spoke to them quickly. But yeah, just seen Greg coming out of Lidl. Portmeirion factory over there, look. Portmeirion pottery. So here's the damage, look. You're telling me that happened by a can? I'm not too convinced, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see why a can would do that kind of damage. Doesn't make sense. It's a good tyre, look. Yeah, how's that happened via a can? I have no idea. Did have a bit of trouble with jacking up this car because it's so low. So I had to bring the car right back up to the curb, so it raised it up a little bit. There you can see, look, and then managed to get the jack under that way. But I'm gonna have to leave the car like this now, unfortunately. I have to leave it jacked up, so I'm gonna take them out, stick them up the side of the house or something. Hopefully I won't be gone for too long. Really don't feel comfortable with leaving that like that, but I've got really no alternative. The problem is, I don't know if it's the same in all Mercedes, but in this one in particular, there's no spare wheel. I don't know why, but there's no spare wheel. Pretty busy day today, so I've got to sort this wheel out, which of course I'm about to do now. And then I'm going to come back, feed Luna. I've got all my stuff together because I'm heading off out. Before that, I have got to go to the GP. But this is just a minor inconvenience. I say minor inconvenience, it's a pretty big inconvenience to be fair. I've got to go all the way to Leek Forest, which I think I mentioned previously. And thank God, you know, that we've got a couple of cars here. Because otherwise I'd be pretty stuffed, wouldn't I? This is my old car and I forget how to drive it. That was the wheel hitting the window. I'm going to go move that wheel because it's just hit that back window with some force. The last thing I want is to smash the back window as well. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna lie this thing down. Getting covered in oil. Better like that. So this is where I come for the tyre. I came here a while ago for some wheels to be fixed. I had some wheels that needed to be sorted out. They were all buckled, and they got me a tyre. Now I can't get this tyre anywhere else. These guys can still get it for me. So yeah, here I am for the tyre. There's a couple of questions I've got for these guys as well. One being where I can get a space saver from or a spare wheel. I've just seen over there they've got a load of wheels. I don't know if they are just like refurbed and they're selling them on or what have you, but there's some just like mine. I'm gonna get mine refurbed here eventually. It's just waiting for the money, you know, with the house sale and everything going through. We haven't really got the money to be putting into, you know, buying new wheels. I want a set of alloys for the Cadillac too. I've seen a set, but you're talking £1,300 just for the wheels. We'll get them in time, fully chrome wheels, but for now there's more important things. I do need a spare wheel, something to put in the back, or a space saver, you know, something just to keep in the boot, because Mercedes doesn't come with a spare wheel. Where the spare wheel would sit is an AdBlue tank. Now this has got AdBlue Passat, but the AdBlue, you actually fill it in there. In the Mercedes, you actually fill it in the boot. So you take up where the spare wheel would be, and the tank's there with the cap, and you have to take the cap off and fill it inside the boot. It's mad, really. It's a mad setup. I think the car was designed more for the American market, so maybe in America they would still have spare wheels in the boots, whereas over here they've had to sort of manufacture an AdBlue tank that fits in that section. I don't know, but either way I need a space saver, that's for sure. New tyre is in the back of the car. I'm just gonna set my sat nav for the quickest way home. I do have the doctors in an hour and 15 minutes, so I've got plenty of time to get there. Cannot fault those guys, they did that super quick. You know what, the boot's open still, so I need to pull over somewhere and shut that. Showing on the dashboard that it's actually still open. Ah, this place here, this won't do. This is Pothole Hal. How about this one? Ah, this is good, this is good, this is good. Let's stop here. Oh yeah, it's still open. That should do it. That is a big wheel. That is a big wheel. I think we might need to jack the car up a little bit more. There we go. Quick tidy up, and then I'm going to get myself some breakfast, get to the doctor's, and then I am heading out for a cold water dip. Let's check that view behind me over there. So I was going to go to Wales today, that was the plan, but I changed my mind last minute. Whew. It's very warm today, I'm very much out of breath. I'm going to stop and have a little break, get a drink in, because yeah, I've done a fair amount of walking. I can smell coal. I think it's from this cottage behind me. Smell the coal burning. Such a lovely smell. I can't see any smoke coming out of the chimney. There's 2 or 3 chimneys, no smoke, but unless they're just burning something, I don't know. Imagine that being like your garden, you know, living in a cottage like that, and then having all this around you, you know. Imagine nighttime views. Imagine it in the winter when it's snowing. God, imagine that. I'm going to end this one for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, please drop a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and come at me if you've got any car questions. I will try and help them as best as I can. For now, guys, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one.